Okay, let's get this meeting started. Green Lake Township Planning Commission regular meeting at the Golden Fellowship Hall, February 24th, 6 p.m. 2026. Can we all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call. Pat McDonald.
Here.
Clint Bundy excused. Colin Schwarm here. Richard Bark excused. Bradley Dean excused. John Schuster
Here.
here. And Lindsay Commercia Roll
Here.
here. Okay. All right. First item on our agenda is election of officers. At this time, would anybody like to make a motion for?
Well, unless anybody wanted to change, and we don't have everybody here, I don't have a problem keeping it the way it is. I'll make a motion to keep it status quo.
Pat?
Yeah, I don't know unless, is there a new member interested in an office?
Are you interested?
Yes.
What office would you like to be interested in?
The planning commission?
No, you are on
Oh.
the planning committee. This is for
Oh,
the
oh,
election of the
oh,
officers.
no,
This is
no,
the-
I was
oh,
like,
okay.
we didn't do anything last time, so I was wondering if.
Yeah. Okay, we have a motion to keep the officers as is. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Seconded by McDonald. And any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, everybody stays the same. Approval of the agenda. Anyone have any changes, opinions, conversations, anything that might alter our agenda?
Nothing here.
Somebody like to make a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
I'll make a motion to approve it as presented.
We have a motion to approve by Schuster. Do we have a second? I'll second that. Seconded by Schwarm. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Okay, approval of the minutes for the October 28th Planning Commission meeting. Anybody find any changes? Anything needing alteration, correction from that meeting?
I didn't see anything.
What's that, Pat? Or-
I didn't see anything.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah,
No, I didn't either. It was a pretty short
yeah.
meeting. Anyone like to make a motion to approve the minutes as they were?
So moved.
Motion by Pat Donald,
Second.
seconded by Schuster to approve the minutes as presented. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. And first public comment, we have no public to comment. So moving on. Anyone have a conflict of interest
Nope.
they would like to note for this evening? No conflict of interest. Correspondence. So we do have the report from the 2025 for the Planning Commission and the Zoning Board of Appeals. Everybody saw that. It was in front of the sign stuff.
Yep.
to make any comments or thoughts on the information that was presented?
Just surprised how many meetings we didn't have.
Yes, we didn't have a lot
No,
last
we
week.
didn't have a lot.
No, we didn't. We'll save your liaison report for the end. So, anybody have any thoughts, anything they'd like to add, subtract, comment about?
Nope.
Otherwise, we can move on from correspondence without a motion, I believe. Just correspondence. Okay, moving on to old business. And this is really old business.
Yeah. How many years now?
Well, new business, I guess.
New old.
New old business. So, new business would be discussion regarding the sign ordinance that we have and modifications we want to make to it, so. I take it, Jason, you're ready to,
Yeah, thanks for coming. I had everybody have the same documents, the current Green Lake Township sign ordinance that's in place. The one with the blue and yellow and pictures, that's one that Mr. Isaac Entz was working on that he presented with you guys about a year and a half ago, I believe. And then for your records, the temporary ordinance that we put in place last year with the construction project. So I was just looking to see if we could have some discussion back and forth on how to finalize this, finish this up. I know that everybody wants to get this finalized, made it simple, put it to rest finally and enforced. I have spoken to our attorney. He just wants to review before it's presented final, and he will come to the meeting to make sure that everything in there is legal. There has been some changes in legislature in regards to content and what isn't and isn't allowed. So that would just be the final one. I do remember discussion that you guys had with Mr. Entz. I was here that night and in the crowd, and I remember that there was just a few changes. There wasn't anything drastic, if memory serves me right with that. But I don't recall what those changes were, if you guys do. So that was kind of my thoughts. I do remember that you guys liked the pictures. The illustration worked a lot better. And my thought was on this sign ordinance, how do we simplify it so that it's easily understood and easily put in place and enforced?
maybe we could start out by just addressing each page, just go through it, and just see if anybody has any thoughts, changes, or modifications to, you know, what we've got going. Does that seem reasonable?
Yeah, we can go across it.
Maybe we start out with 6.1. Good place? Does that work for you, Jason?
Say again?
Starting at 6.1 and
Yeah.
just kind of working our way through this.
6.1 gives the intent and purpose. Follows along with the current one, obviously, the placement of signs, concealing, obstructing the businesses, the number of signs and sign messages, keep them within a reasonable scale with respect to the businesses and their identity, to reduce the visual distractions and obstructions to motorists, to promote a quality manner of display which enhances the character of the township, to prevent the proliferation of temporary signs which might promote visual blight, and to also promote economic development by allowing a fair opportunity for each property owner to attractively display their message in a clean and clear way.
Anybody have any thoughts on that? Yeah, Pat?
We need to remove that little blurb underneath the title if we get closer to the final copy, where it says amended by ZOA 2 dash blah, blah, blah.
Get rid of
No,
that.
okay. Oh, yeah, yep. That makes sense.
And thank
I
you,
had-
sorry,
Go
thank you to Mr. McDonald. I did reach out to Mr. Ensign. Mr. McDonald clarified the blueprint on these pages is,
what you're getting rid of.
that's the current sign ordinance, and the yellow was the proposed sign ordinance that Mr. Ensign was proposing. If-
Yep.
Just so
Yeah, he
it all
mixed
made
them,
sense.
he combined our
Combined.
old ordinance with Acme.
Yep. No,
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
the blue is what we were trying to,
We
we
were,
were gonna,
Yeah.
ditch that, so.
Yep. okay.
Yep.
You mean the color?
No, just that particular
Anything
wording,
blue?
anything blue is out of there.
Oh, I don't know if that's what he.
Is that what the
I
intent was?
thought the intent was that was the new additional.
Yeah,
So
Is
so I
it?
think was the intent was to compare the Acme with ours, but I don't know that.
yeah, I think he wanted to keep the parts of the old
Yeah,
ordinance.
I mean, the way it's read out,
which-
it'd be
Which he
green.
left in blue,
It
and
looks
then he
like they
wanted
added
to
to
just
it.
add the
Still, well, yeah, okay. I thought some of that blue stuff was actually wordy, but,
Yeah, like if you look at 6.4, it seems like it's, you know, subject to the following, and the blue came in line. So,
yeah.
I get a little bit like confused on this one. Under 6.2, you got the yellow, we got blue, and then we just have uncolored where it says the flags, and it's just,
I'm
Yeah.
not sure what he was intending totally either.
Yeah.
I looked at some of that stuff that was blue, and I thought, I mean, on 6.2, I just thought it was okay to get rid of, what was blue, because I believe that, I thought the intent here was that we were going to not try to force people to, you know, have a sign that looks a certain way.
right,
And who is the one who gets to determine that, you know, your sign needs maintenance? That would be the zoning administrator, right? But,
and then that leaves the door open for an interpretation.
and that's what I thought our sign ordinance should revolve to, is that we just leave out the words that allow interpretation, and people can come in and, you know, when they apply for a permit, at least you can let them know what the requirements are
Right.
versus them trying to find loopholes in it.
Okay.
That you know. I guess, I don't know, how's everybody feel about leaving that blue section in 6.2 or taking it out? I mean, or rewording it,
How
or
come I don't even, where's your 6.2 at on here? I got 6.1.
Page 100.
Page 100.
flip backwards.
Right at the
They're just
beginning.
mixed up.
Okay.
6.2 is in front of 6.1.
Well, that's what I was wondering, it's like, what the hell?
Yeah, there's an extra page got stuck
Yeah.
in there.
Okay, all right, that's why I'm a little off here.
So the ones you wanted to keep were maintenance required, number C, and then D, obscene, had to do with obscene matter, so.
So, here we go again with who determines what obscene matters.
No, that one doesn't make a lot of sense, I agree. It's
I
where
just-
they go.
It's like telling people what they can have or not have for a place. That's the problem with it. It's another one of those vagaries of, you know.
Do you want Jason to come up with more specifics, or you want to get rid of it?
Well,
Well, you gotta.
How many
I mean,
signs do
regu-
we-
And B tells you all sign instructions of properly maintained, so, I mean, good state of repair, you need to go further.
how many signs do we have in the township right now that are obscene, that we're having a problem with? How often is that a problem?
We had one 5 years ago, I think, and it was one of the political signs out doing something to the other candidate. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It was allowed to stand, our attorney said it had.
Because it was political. So,
I don't,
You really can't regulate it anymore.
Because we can't regulate the concept.
it's just,
I don't remember that one, I guess.
if you don't say anything about it, then it's not an issue. If you put it out there to make an interpretation of it, it can be used as an issue.
We could create an issue that we're
Yeah.
not looking to create, yes.
I'd prefer to just get rid of it.
To delete that, okay.
I mean, anybody's got a sign, I mean, honestly, you want it to do what it's supposed to do anyways.
That's it. I mean, that's the problem with the old one. We created issues by pointing them out to people.
Yeah.
So how about the maintenance one?
If you guys like the maintenance thing, I don't know. I can go either way on it. I just,
Hmm? Well, that's a little something to force people to, I've seen some signs get pretty dumpy looking.
maybe instead of requiring paint or, determining that it's gotta be brought up to that we just put in something that's a little more vague that, signs shall be, maintained in a good,
Well, that's right there in B. I mean, it's properly maintained and kept in a good state of repair.
yeah, I mean, it's
Oh.
there. We're saying it twice and then we're just,
Right. You need to
Okay,
repeat
so
it.
it's repetitious, I didn't realize that.
a little bit.
Yeah. I think B would probably cover it pretty good.
Hmm?
Personally, I think B states it enough.
I think it does too.
All right, so get rid of C.
Get rid of B and C,
Wait.
or C and D.
Yeah.
C and D, okay.
Oh, just going back to the first page for a second, that was originally yellow.
6.1.
Yeah, we lost our color on the new versions.
Ah,
So that
Oh.
comes from the Acme ordinance.
I actually had it twice and the one was with yellow.
Mine was never
I think
yellow.
page 3 was, yeah,
There's a couple of things on that.
page 3 is in yellow, but it should be the first page, so I apologize for that. Because I
Um,
got page 99 in there twice.
6.1, can we
Yeah, it's in there
do?
Twice, yeah.
So the intent of this section is to regulate the location, size, and construction of, are we regulating the construction? Are we telling them it has to be, I mean, I guess we can leave that in there, I'm just wondering. And the other thing is, down there, about halfway down, you got where it starts out, promote commerce and public information. I wouldn't mind putting a period there, and then starting a new sentence with, this section also recognizes, because this is so long and it's one sentence all the way down to the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Not to point out
Too many
grammar issues, but you start losing track of what you're reading because
No
the sentence
separation.
never ends.
Yeah. It's a
So
long
period-
one. A lot of commas there.
It's a long one.
Period after public information,
So promote commerce and
Yep.
public information,
Period.
period, then new sentence,
Yep.
this section also recognizes
Yep.
that.
yep, failure individual.
Probably take the word while out of there too.
Which one?
At the very start of that sentence, take out the word while.
While, yeah.
Recognize-
Does anybody have anything else on that particular page to add to? Thoughts?
No, this looks good.
Other than yes, we'll have to, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Sign measurement, 6.3. I didn't find anything that I thought wording-wise was wrong with that, other than on the first line, or on the second line, the first word is section. Should that be capitalized or not? I don't think so.
Where are you at on
Second.
6.3, the very first line, when you go to the second line, see section
Second.
is capitalized, it should just be,
that? Oh, okay, yeah.
shouldn't be a capital.
Yeah, it's not starting a new sentence.
But other than that, I thought the content of that whole page was fine.
Mm-mm.
Anybody got any other?
Nope, I
Thoughts
missed,
on that
I
one?
missed that other one too, but no.
Nope. Alright. Well, then we're moving on to the busy page. We're down to towards 6.4. I have to use this one. So, you guys' thoughts on the blue section that's highlighted at the top? Setbacks. I think we could probably skip all the description of depriving pedestrians of clear vision, blah, 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 and we could just pretty much go to, no sign shall be placed within county or state road setbacks. We say it up at the top, but then we seem to find the need to make some longer description out of it.
Redefining it,
That very first sentence up at the top.
right.
You know, you're not supposed to place a sign in a setback. That's all there is to it, so I think we could simplify that whole statement right there with no signs placed in county or state road setbacks.
Yeah, I mean, it's, yeah, I got no problem either way.
Well, it's just that some of our businesses are located in the setback, like the Hofbrau.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Well, here's the other thing we're looking at this too. This new sign ordinance is for new businesses. Everybody who's got a sign out there can keep their sign out there. So it doesn't really affect, but he can't go add another sign in the future out in the setback, you know.
But were those, I guess, I'm taking a question from history and time, weren't some of those signs that are near the setbacks currently or in the right of way, weren't those approved weren't they a special
Oh.
use permit that was approved each
a lot.
individual case?
Some are.
Um,
So do you want to keep it as a sign that, I don't know.
I think some can be in the setback, but not at the setback.
Setback.
Not at an intersection,
intersection.
some places it's gonna block the view of traffic. You put it right in the middle of your yard, and nobody's coming, and no ingress or egress, that's the way I understood it. So it's
So-
not,
You want to keep all of that description in it? Ours doesn't have, I mean, the blue is Acme, or is ours.
Is ours, yeah.
The yellow is Acme's.
And the yellow is Acme's, yes.
and I was referencing a new temporary ordinance. Is that what you were asking?
No, that temporary ordinance was fine. That was for, yeah, its own thing, but, I mean, I don't know,
Do we need number 2 on that?
let's see.
Kind of going above and beyond the Call of Duty there.
All permanent signs unless otherwise provided for shall be set back a minimum of 10 feet from any public road right-of-way line. Yeah, that's going over and above. If they're outside of the setback, then why do we need to dictate the exact amount of feet they have to be outside the setback? Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, get rid of number 2. We could keep number 1 as it is if you want to. I guess if we're getting rid of number 2, at least it makes number 1 a little easier to swallow.
Easier to, yeah, I can clean that up too to make it
Just a little less wordy, a little less.
wordy and makes sense easier. Yeah.
And then, number 3 has to stay in some form really, because that's basically about municipal signs, so, you know, public street signs, stop sign, curb sign. I think that one speaks for itself, really.
And that's 3 and 4.
4 is no sign shall be located within project into or overhang public right of way. Well, I think we can go back to no sign shall be placed
Says the same thing as one.
in the public right of way. Yeah, I think we could get rid of that because we already said it. And there again, it's not like we're battling, you know, bad signage, right? Anyway. Okay, anybody else, any other thoughts on that section? Moving on to 6.4. So, electrical regulations applying to all signs. So, what we're saying here is that anyone can go get an illuminated sign as long as it meets the requirements in this section? Which, I don't know, I guess, I always thought we were like trying to steer a wide path around a lot of illuminated signs. And, you know, by requiring them to be, you know, coming in front of the board to get their special use for their sign that they want to do. I just like that, I like that particular avenue because it makes it a little bit harder to just have a lighted sign. And I believe that lighted signs are going to detract from the character of Interlaken. So, I'm not a fan of them. I don't mind them if they're tastefully done myself, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, obviously, two different styles of lights, lighted backdrop or
Yeah.
rotating, whatever you wanna call it.
Yeah.
Changing. I mean, that's a whole different, two different animals.
And you need something, it's dark at 6 o'clock in the winter, or 4 o'clock. So you need some sort of illumination.
So, that begs the question of, all right, how do we manage that existing illumination with, like, somebody has a light shining on their sign, or
Yeah,
the illuminated sign that,
illuminated non-LED, break them up on that level as far as,
that
'cause obviously,
thing?
the lighted signs that just got internal lights to them or projected lights to them is totally different from the other ones that are.
So maybe
out
we
of
can
control.
take this section, this entire section really, and just turn it into, the self-illuminated signs are not allowed without a special use permit, while the, lighted sign from an, external light source is acceptable. Not to exceed whatever lumens. I know we got, you know, I know we have a guide right here, so we could work in these
These other
lumens.
guides, and basically any illuminated sign will be a special use permit in front of the planning commission for approval,
Yeah,
which is how it's been in the past.
yeah. I mean, I don't, you know, I don't like I mind somebody putting a light on their sign so you can see what they're doing, or where they're at and what they're
Right.
located at, but it's those, you know, it's the self-illuminated signs that are the real problem. LED signs, I guess.
Yeah, agreed.
They're not all bad. I mean, I
No,
don't,
it-
I don't
it's
think
just-
the one that was at Pomeroy, that was, you know, no.
No, but
Or-
you know as well as I do, some of them will blind you coming down
Yeah.
the road.
I think it'd be good if we can just sort of steer away from that.
Okay.
I don't know. My opinion.
So that whole section can get reworked and then just simplified.
Yeah. I think it would be good.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's leads to a lot of interpretation.
You want the entire section taken out?
Not taken out,
Not taken
but
out, redefined.
redefined so that it's, you know, about half as wordy as it is, and then it just goes specifically to you know,
Special
a
use.
special use for lighting because, and it can be a rubber stamp when they come in front of the board for it, but, you know, at least it allows us to help maintain or the character of what the township is.
No Vegas stuff, is that what you're saying?
We got Vegas over in Blair, so we don't need that.
Agreed.
What's the purpose of D?
What's that?
What's the purpose of D?
D?
Internally illuminated
Illuminated
signs
s-
shall have a dark background and light lettering.
I think that reduces the brightness,
Okay.
so you don't have a big,
Yeah.
bright, white sign with black lettering, you have a dark sign with,
Okay.
It helps cut down on the amount of, yeah. Like if you go, there's some signs heading towards Blair where it's like bright pink with a white background on there and the whole thing just is in your face.
Okay.
But I don't know if we need to necessarily state that, because if they have to come in front of the board for their permit, then there's ways to have that conversation. So,
I agree.
I don't know. Everybody good with that?
Mhm.
Yeah. So, the freestanding signs. Everybody? Anybody got an opinion on that, I should say?
oh,
Pat?
number C there in that second paragraph, the one in the yellow.
Yeah.
It talks about the signs to be located near the center of the parcel to the greatest extent possible. And that seems a little harsh. I was thinking maybe stick reasonable in there or you know, soften that up. You know, someone could have a bunch of trees in the center of their lot or maybe the center of the lot's blocked by a bunch of trees. You know, they might need some wiggle room there to, instead of, you know, having to stick it right in the center of the,
I don't know why we need to even try to,
Can we just delete that?
I would, I mean, to what purpose does it serve? If you think about all of the businesses down the way here and you look at how their lots are set up and, you know, they try to maximize the view of the sign, so if putting it in the middle of their lot gives them the most view, they do it.
Mhm.
Right.
Otherwise, nobody's gonna stash it over behind the trees anyway.
and we have a setback somewhere in here.
Right, so yeah, we're talking about,
B says as the freestanding sign shall be located in any right of way in the setback, so that's
yeah.
what we're most concerned about.
All right, so getting rid of C.
Are you leaving in definition?
Up top? Let's see. A sign principally supported by one or more columns, posts, or braces placed in or upon the ground shall be limited to one per property and shall not exceed 24 square feet unless other permitted in this article.
I don't think you need the amended part.
That's kind of weird.
Well, I think it should be otherwise.
Yeah.
Otherwise.
Otherwise permitted. Yep.
I don't think you need the references on there.
Yeah. Well, then do we take the definitions or use the general provisions? I don't know. Freestanding signs include pole sign and monument style signs. I don't even know if we need definitions. If we got the general provision, it's also saying the same thing. Freestanding signs include pole signs and monument style signs.
Well, definition gives the size, but
Freestanding, I mean, I don't know, the general provision is almost, I don't know if you could merge those two. The general provision and the freestand, or in the definition, and merge them into just,
That's right. I'm confused by reading that as well, because it's a monument style sign, and the general provisions is more of a definition.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
They're almost,
It's almost the same.
that's why I say you could just get
combine.
rid of general provision, combine the two into something a little less wordy and, call that the definition.
The definitions,
Makes more sense.
Okay.
I don't know, I almost think we need both. Like, this is what we're defining, is this type of sign, and then these are your rules to that particular sign.
So,
Well, it's like number A is sort of more definition and
Mhm.
number B is more of a regulation.
yeah,
So move A up into the definitions and then start the general provisions with B.
yeah,
That
like
would
combine
flow better.
A and the definitions and then use B as the provision. That makes sense. And get rid of C.
And delete C, yeah.
Mhm.
Do any of those dimensions, any thoughts on any of those dimensions? Although why, do we have C10? We don't have C10, do we?
I think we got rid of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we've got a couple of different things going on here. It looks like it's
Isn't that the
combine both of
conservation
ours
tab?
and theirs together, but we don't have C10, we just have commercial.
We used to have it, but we got rid of it.
Yeah,
So delete C10.
Yeah, probably all the way through.
yeah, I don't think we need to have,
Definitely not permitted, we don't have it.
right? We still have a lot, that's for sure. Anybody have any other thoughts about the dimensions on it? Want to move on? Next page?
Mhm.
Yeah. Wall signs? So, we can either get rid of the 12-inch designation on the sign, or up in the definitions, and keep it down in the provisions, because I think you're doubling up there.
Mhm.
It's more of a provision than a definition. That's just, so we could get rid of the 12-inch up in the definition
Yeah,
section.
you got it twice, so, yeah.
Yeah.
All of the provisions are in that chart below.
Yeah.
There's not, none of
Except-
this is a definition. There's nothing in here that's a definition in the definition.
No.
Except for the, except for the 12-inch portion of it, I don't think is down below, is it?
No, but I see.
Yeah. I think just get rid of it up in the definition and the rest of it, in my opinion, is fine.
Don't need to repeat
What's
it.
everybody else think?
I agree.
What do you think? Good, bad,
No, I agree.
Pat? thoughts?
I'm just mulling over the 10% maximum.
Well, yeah.
The wall area?
Yeah.
I don't like it because, I don't like that part of it, but
And that's really not a lot,
it's,
10%. We got small walls,
well, there you go. What do you get?
small sign.
What do you have on the street?
Yeah.
What if you have a little building with one doorway back into your place behind it, and all you have is that
Go like
doorway?
that. What is that?
Yeah, I mean,
You only have, I think, one property in the township that exceeded it,
yeah,
since I moved to the zoning, and that's like, because they painted the whole face of the door.
yeah.
That's, other than that, we haven't had that come up. I don't think anybody wants to plaster the other side of the buildings with signs.
So, do we want to get rid of the 10% thing?
Yeah, I don't think it fits everything, yeah.
All right, get rid of that.
Get rid of all the not to exceed greater than 10%.
Yeah,
Just leave it at the
square
40
footage.
40 square foot, 60, 60, and 60.
Yep.
I have to add, I think it's ironic we're doing this 999, and seriously, we've had 2 infractions on the school, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, I think we're farther along. We've been working on the sign ordinance since I got on this board, which was like 16,
Been way longer
17,
than that.
17 years ago, I don't know.
Yeah.
My first meeting in 2018.
It's never
to be
ending.
brought up again.
Yeah, so moving on to awning and canopy signs.
It's been 17 years?
A long time.
I try not to think and think about how long it's been.
I was just thinking that. I was,
We're not at Main Street.
no, like, why would you have an awning?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't really like the, you know, we're looking at the general 50% of the awning area.
not to exceed 50% of the
I mean-
awning area.
Does that mean?
Normally it's the face like they have the picture, I mean, just the edge anyways.
So,
So,
awning area, yeah, I mean,
lettering, not to exceed 50%, or?
The vertical, I don't know.
I really think it'd be a lot easier just to simplify this section up, seeing that we don't really have a huge awning problem in the township. But, yeah.
No, I mean, honestly, you know, if you really did put one up there, would you, I don't know.
Or we just leave it the way it is and it's there and we don't have to worry about it because nobody has an awning
I
anyway.
don't think it's gonna be an issue no matter what, yeah.
Exactly.
You wouldn't wanna put it on the top part of the awning. For planes,
Yeah.
airplanes.
I don't know, what do you think, Jason?
I'd hate to remove it if, in fact, we say we don't have one and then a new business comes into the village commercial and then has an awning.
So let's just leave, let's
I'm
just
wondering,
leave it,
but we can simplify this and
let's just leave it the way it is. If somebody really complains about it, we can always address it and change it. I mean, right now you don't have anything to compare to it for basis of what we don't like or do like about
Right.
it, so
right.
why change anything?
I could see a couple potential if there's some businesses in the village commercial like stretch on J. Matty there that if they have outdoor seating or something, that's maybe the future, but we don't want to come back and readdress it. I agree with that. I'm stumped on the not to exceed 50% of the awning area if that's the lettering.
Yeah,
So the lettering can't exceed more than half the awning.
Yeah, and
Is
it-
that-
I mean, the picture sort of defines as far as, I mean, really, are you gonna,
Right.
you're not gonna put it anywhere else but the face of it anyway.
And if there was a, then an awning without lettering or advertising isn't regulated as an awning sign. So they're just using an awning if there's no lettering on it. So then
That's true. It's,
then
it
this
isn't.
wouldn't be applicable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that makes a lot of sense too, yeah. I think we can just leave it all the way it is then.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys,
Yeah,
everybody?
Mhm.
Cool,
good.
let's do it. Like that. Projecting signs.
Is that why there was a 12-inch definition?
What's that?
Is that why there was a 12-inch definition? So
Um,
to differentiate what a wall sign is versus a projecting sign?
well, actually, then, if we're saying a projecting sign, then we would have to call a projecting sign one that, yeah, exceeded more than 12 inches, because that,
Mhm.
otherwise, if we have one that's like 15 inches, it falls in between the cracks and isn't regulated because we don't have anything to cover it.
Mm-hmm.
Good call. Good call. That make sense, Jason?
That makes sense.
Although, what did we say about walls? Did we say they can't project more than 12 inches?
What about businesses that are on a corner? I mean, it's limited to the front, but shouldn't they be able to put one on the
Building
side if they're on
structure.
like a corner?
Yeah, not more than 12 inches. So then this would be,
Well, it doesn't say you can't have it more than 12 inches, just that to be considered and fall under the wall sign, it is 12 inches or less. And then it becomes a projecting sign if it would be greater than 12 inches, and would have to fall under a different category of regulation, which is pretty much standard.
So definition is going to be 12 rather than 18
Yep.
inches?
It probably should be,
Mhm.
so that we're just covering from one to the other, where we're classifying it. Other than that, I don't see anything that we would probably need to change myself.
Okay.
Anybody got any dimensional things or anything you want to change?
does it mention how it has to be affixed?
What's that?
I was looking to see if there was something that defined how it had to be, like, secured to the wall, but I guess that doesn't
That's
matter.
it. But then I think that goes into a construction issue,
Mhm.
Yeah, we don't wanna regulate that.
which we can't regulate. If you put it up and it falls on somebody's head, that's your
Yep.
insurance that's gonna know
4 feet. That's far.
it. I'd say it, but. Are we good with that one?
Mhm.
Cool. Moving on. Window sign standards. I liked what it said in there, really, but the only thing I had is why would we put in there A, under general provisions, not to exceed 10% of the window? A, who's gonna go measure that? B, why did we only pick a couple districts where we can't do that? I just don't think it's necessary.
Also, what does that define? Is that defining the whole, like, graphic or just the covering of the
Ex-
window?
Exactly. It's just, who's gonna enforce it? It's,
Mhm.
Take it out,
Delete A.
yeah.
and then down below also.
Let's see, illumination shall be prohibited except for approval. I think we should take that out. We already have a lighted thing going on. I mean, if somebody has a light on in their store and it shines through their sign that's painted on their window, are we gonna try and regulate that?
I
Is it
mean,
so
that
that
could
you
be
can put,
something as simple as a open, we're not gonna regulate the open sign at the,
No.
Now,
we're
What
gonna
I
let
think
the-
we should, just, I
Delete.
think we can get rid of the whole general provisions section.
okay.
It doesn't say anything that, isn't really covered up in the,
Honestly, I don't think I'm probably not doing the right thing.
exit out. Yeah, it's just too hard to regulate it, too
Delete
hard to
that whole
enforce it.
section. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't even think of that at my place as far as that goes. Like, oh, shoot, better ask.
I guess my next question, that goes back to the whole, eliminated it down below too, the whole limited to the first floor.
Yeah,
Do we have any?
I mean, the optical place down here, it has a second floor. Does anybody
Does it limit?
put signs up in the second floor, because who's looking up anyway?
what if there's a business on the second floor?
Hmm?
If there's ever a business put on
True.
the second floor?
Should we prohibit that or
I think I'd just,
delete that?
why don't we just get rid of the limitations on the floor?
Mm-hmm.
That's what, that whole box can, I mean, I'm looking at this and pretty much 2/3 of all this can just be deleted, I think.
Well, we have to have like something, but yes.
Yeah.
You could just have the window signs permitted and then leave out the limitations of it. If people wanna put some sign on the second floor, big deal. It's in their window of their building. Gets rid of the overreach.
Yeah, I don't see anything changing there real soon anyway.
So, then we go back to electronic signs. Electronic message signs, which was, obviously looks like it was a us-only thing, because the entire thing is blue. Is that? We already have lighting standards that we're gonna have here, so
You need it.
why do we need another whole section about lighted
Going
signs?
over it all again. Yeah.
Anybody who wants to get a lighted sign is gonna have to come in here and get a permit for that lighted sign anyway, so,
I think you're right. It's doubling up.
So we can just include the electronic message sign standards is
Covered.
covered under the, you're gonna have to add a special use permit in front of
Yep.
planning
Yeah.
commission anyways.
I mean, we're already saying that with our electronic signs anyway.
One page gone.
The only difference for this one is that it can change messages, so, yeah.
What's the difference between an animated sign and an electronic message sign? Because prohibited signs is an animated sign.
Signs that
More technology.
move, signs that,
Like what, rotate? Like,
yeah.
Like a cartoon.
okay.
Oh, yeah. Or like you said, rotate, signs that,
More programmable.
yeah, signs that can flash displays across them and distract drivers or anybody else.
It doesn't sound like a TV type deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're covering it by having them come in, so.
He got a
I'd say
special
that
use
whole
permit
thing
before
goes.
that, but that's a perfect example of his sign, and that was 2017?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking up that permit, yeah.
Okay, everybody good on that?
Mm-hmm.
On to small temporary sign standards. Which I put something on that. What did I write? No.
Do we want to require a permit for these things?
For these kind of sandwich board signs?
All right.
No. Hey, who's gonna run around and enforce that? The only thing I liked about that section would just be to add that, limited to duration of time and is not intended to be permanently displayed, but excluding window signs, and then only during hours of operation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we do say,
Was this meant, I mean, when you're saying general provisions to permit, was that meant to be permit or just allow?
I just say that you know, in this section, we should just go with that we're allowing these kind of signs during hours of operation.
Yeah.
This is general provisions, portable temporary signs shall be permitted at the start of the business day and removed at the close.
Yeah, so that's the real key to that whole thing. And then, I don't, you know, I guess we can say it has to be within 10 feet of the door, but, okay. I mean, what
And it
happens
goes
if
back
it's,
to the right-of-way stuff and. so-
what happens if it's 11 feet? Are we gonna go give them a ticket? I don't know.
And then, yes, should be removed from the permit required.
Is, you don't like the distance thing? I mean, if you wanna stick a sandwich board out in the middle of your yard, probably its effectiveness will be not too great, but
No, everybody's gonna be up by the.
it can't be in the right of way. But I don't see where we got it, where we need to restrict them to 10 feet of the front door.
I think the key is how many is about the biggest thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, no 10 of them.
right. So I mean, I think we kinda have it covered. We just need to
Right.
get rid of the distance.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Do you,
Which we don't really even have to say because we already
We
don't
already s-
allow signs in the right of way.
we've already
Of
said
any
it,
kind.
yeah.
You know,
You just want permit one portable sign per business, or?
Yes, I think that's
I
probably
don't
a
think you
good
need more.
call.
Yeah,
Yep.
turns into clutter after that.
Mhm.
Just saying, hey, one per business and you gotta take it down every night and you're closing up shop, fine. You know, and what I've seen when people do put them out, they usually do take them down because they don't want them getting vandalized.
Yeah.
So,
Walks away on them.
right,
Or misplaced in somebody else's hands.
So
Yep.
we permit one portable sign per business to be located outside of the right of way and shall not obstruct free.
yeah, but I would just leave out the right of way because,
Because you can't.
we don't allow that anyway.
Okay,
We already,
let me make sure I have that.
That way we're not doubling up on stuff
and we deleted the permit required.
and we don't need it, no permit required. Yeah, that would be a regulation nightmare. Okay, large temporary sign.
Permitted to be larger than a small one.
So. So we have to pick one. No sign shall exceed 24 square feet, and then down in the yellow, we have a multiple size chart there.
I think it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, these are all smaller, just depending on your zone.
Right. I mean, and
Not to exceed.
so we have to get rid of C10 out of that anyway. So, I don't know. Does everybody like the sizing on that? Or what it says?
Well, they're talking about residential areas. I don't know if we should really be in the business of, well, I suppose somebody could put some gigantic sign in the yard and the neighbors might not like it.
Happy graduation, Tina. Can't have it.
McDonald's family reunion. I don't, with an
Yeah.
arrow, I don't,
I mean, I guess
I
I'd
don't
just
think
leave,
that's the
I'd leave that
intent.
one alone because there again, do we really have an issue?
Not
No,
yet.
it's
No.
always up and down for that stuff anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are the
Unless somebody's
temporary.
trying to make a statement, so.
Well, we already have temporary, and we do
Temporary.
list days, you know, a maximum number of days, so at least we already know they're temporary.
Good.
All right, let's leave that, just get rid of C10. We'll have to get rid of C10 all the way through, but. Oh, billboard signs. So, we have a few.
Mm-hmm.
How does everybody feel about that?
As far as what, getting new ones, or obviously we can't do nothing with old ones.
I think what I would probably say about it is that we just, I mean, you can leave the permitted, not permitted, but really what we ought to do is, get rid of the, size, height scenario there and, special use. Keep the quantity. And just make it a special use. Somebody wants to come put a billboard up, you know. Otherwise,
I think it's going by the wayside anyways, but yeah, I mean, definitely would like to have it special use.
they got 300 square feet, so we could leave that there, I guess, but I just think the whole thing should be a special use.
the ones that are previously they're issued under special use.
They're what?
The ones that are previous are for special use permits
Yeah,
issued.
that's what
Yeah.
I think we should just have it stay as a special use.
Just keep it that.
Yeah, I mean,
And again, we're not talking about if they want to change the content from advertising business one, a month later business two, a month later business three. We're talking about the construction of a brand new one or.
right, just the size of it.
The size of it, yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
size, location, you know, what you want to advertise on it, as long as it isn't obscene.
Seen,
Yeah. And again, getting rid of C10. Yikes. Oh, the fun section. Prohibited signs?
I don't even know if you need prohibited signs, period, it's not there, I mean, you have to define every one of them.
Yeah, I mean, so the first part, no sign shall be placed in the public right of way, we already did that. Signs incorporating any manner of flashing strip, we already have that in the lighting there. We already don't allow animated signs. Environment Act, I know,
I mean, if you're not defined it somewhere else, is it allowed?
I actually agree with you, I don't like the entire section of prohibited signs because we already regulate what you can do.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna go in and that
See
whole
it in
deal
there?
of telling you what you can't do.
If you see it in there, no, you don't get it, so here's what you can have.
Well, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Does the intent and purpose state this, these are the only allowed signs?
What's that?
Does the intent and purpose state the following signs are the only ones that, like,
What page are you on?
It would just be like 99.
Oh, you're talking about.
Like the very beginning. Does it
Oh.
state this is,
Regulate
the
location.
following signs are the only ones allowed?
At the beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's not
Yeah.
talk about all the things you can't do.
Yeah, you don't need it.
Right. That makes sense? To Pat?
Should we add that to general requirements,
What's that?
what she's?
Well, what she had was the general, was a article, the intent and purpose of our
Very
ordinance.
beginning.
Oh, does it say it in there?
Which we had, yeah, 6.1.
Does it specifically state that, though?
Well, it says the intent of the section to regulate the location, size, construction, and manner and display of signs and outdoor advertising in order to minimize their harmful effects on the public health, safety, welfare, blah, blah, blah. I mean, so that's the intent of it. And then we go through and we list out the signs you can have, lighted sign, how to get a lighted sign, or how to get, a banner, temporary, so that was the one complaint we had with our old sign ordinance, is that it had page after page of what we can't do. We already told them what you can do. We don't have to tell them what you can't do.
If it's not something that you can do, it's implied in the ordinance that it's not permitted.
And there you go. If somebody wants to go outside the box and what's not listed and come up with it, you're gonna come in front of the planning commission with a
Special use permit.
special use permit to get something different.
So that can all be deleted?
Should we add one sentence to 6.2, like,
Yeah.
signs in the following sections are the only signs that are permitted by this ordinance, or?
Yeah,
something-
that's
something
what I
along those
was-
lines.
Say that one more time, sir.
And like in 6.2, the signs described in the following sections are the only signs that are permitted.
So you can make that C.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do kind of like there being some verb about an abandoned sign
Do we have any verbiage about it?
in the prohibited. Like, do we have anywhere else where it says, after this sign is no longer in use, and someone just leaves it?
As far as like a business fails or something?
Or, yeah,
So,
We could move that to
or if it's a temporary sign
one of
and,
the other sections.
so you're,
I mean, at that point, then, I get what you're saying, but if a business goes out of business,
so a business goes out of business, you're forcing them to take a sign down. And then if somebody else wants to come back in and have a business again, they can't use the sign, now they have to go get a brand new sign.
well, what if
because
someone
they-
puts up, like you said, like this is Samantha's birthday party, and they just leave it up? Like,
no, we do have time.
But if there is a time limit on it,
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
then it could be, you can force them to take it down.
but that's what I'm saying, if we're getting rid of prohibited signs, this
I
whole
just-
section.
I guess the only thing I'd say about that is, who determines when a sign as we go right back to that, who determines when it's become derelict, when it becomes an eyesore, when it outlived its usefulness? The guy who lives there may say, my sign's fine, it's been working for my business for years, and now you want me to take it down because you don't like what it looks like. And nobody said anything to me for the last 30 years,
Well, at
and
that
now
point,
all of
it's
a
not
sudden you don't
abandoned.
like it? I'm just,
That wouldn't be abandoned, though.
Right.
yeah, I mean, what do you
You're
determine
saying
as
if a
abandoned?
business did fail or something. and it's-
We can have, if a business closed and was closed for 2 years, then within 6 months, you're gonna remove the sign, and then 2 years, another company comes in, buys it, and then they rebrand the sign.
Somebody
But they
owns,
can't
and
do
somebody,
it because we had it
Or,
removed,
yeah,
right?
They'd have to come back through anyway.
in the meantime, somebody owns the property. And
yeah.
maybe they want that left there as part of the ability for the next business they rent to or start up to be able to use it.
And we just
We
had
could,
this
we
as
could
a,
change, if you foreclosed on your place, whatever, we couldn't change how the business, whatever happens, from mowing the grass or anything like that either, until somebody purchases it, so.
And the other thing too is you can also, if the public domain takes it over because it's really abandoned property, then the township or county or whoever takes it over can take it down.
Well, if it's not being kept up, we can go after it under it's not being maintained section.
Well, and we got a practical working business changing hands. There was one this fall on the highway here on 31, a business changed hands. So business A sells, business B comes in, they stayed within the same blueprint, and they just replaced the current sign.
Yeah,
They had their sign maker stay within the exact dimensions that was there. They took down sign A, put up sign B.
yeah,
How long did the transition between companies come? That was without a business in it for a little bit. I mean, not years, but months, probably, but, that one transition. That's I guess a practical working way of, that just went from business A to business B, where we didn't change anything. They weren't asking for any additional illumination, none, they just were gonna replace it with words.
well, so,
Depends
part
if
of,
it's
partly,
non-conforming or not.
Yeah.
If it's conforming,
Yeah,
we
Yep.
don't care.
and
Right.
partly we had this issue, the reason, one of the sign issues, when Alicia was here, and some of that, we didn't really have ordinances to cover when somebody wanted to put the flying fanned, things out, and she went to argue that fact about you can't have this, but we,
We didn't have anything, so you can't.
so we have to not say what you can't do, because that allows somebody to argue the point. We're giving you the straight out skinny of what you can have, how you need to maintain it, how it needs to get, placed, the size. Other than that, yeah, it's a slippery slope whenever you start telling people what they can't have, then they want it.
If it's not conforming and it's removed, you can never go back to that location in the future.
Right,
That's the bad part of it.
yeah.
A lot of people rely on what we have.
And really, I'm thinking about signs that we have around. I don't know that there's anything that, the funny part about it is, because the signs aren't all illuminated here, they don't glare in your face when you're driving down the road. So it's hard to see things that bother you because you don't pay attention half the time anyway.
No, people don't, shoot.
Yeah.
How many people have noticed I've been there about 20 years?
Yeah, they know where they're going, they know what they're looking for. I don't know.
I guess
Sign.
my concern was the
Yeah.
temporary signs, but there is a provision on temporary signs of not exceeding 90 days per calendar year.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just thinking, what if a company abandons their temporary sign?
Yeah.
Well, when can we take it down?
Yeah, we do have some time limits on those, so.
Usually the next place comes in, takes the clean stuff off.
I was
If it-
thinking of the-
If it doesn't sit vacant, so, yeah.
Well, this is for like the temporary signs we have out now for the construction. Like, what if Hofbrau just leaves up their signs for,
Well, we did a
Years.
special, or we did a temporary
Mhm.
ordinance.
Is there an
special
ordinance-
temporary ordinance thing to allow people to do that last year, just to help them out.
Mhm.
So we actually, but it gives the zoning administrator the power to regulate what they can do and how long it can stay and all that stuff.
is there how long they could stay? Those temporary signs for construction?
Through the duration of the construction project.
Okay.
Yeah, he has the power to sort of regulate that one. It was initially to help businesses out that needed the advertising.
Yeah,
and-
change some things just to help
Yeah.
things out.
And I totally get that. It's just, like, some of them are falling down now, like, it's not looking too hot out there, but it's
Yeah.
winter.
Well, in I guess in a perfect world, but by the definition of it, when it's during the duration of the construction season, but yes, you would take it down in the winter because it's covered in snow
Mhm.
Yeah.
and ruined and needs to be replaced now.
No, the state barely did a job of maintaining the signs they had up just to close the road, so.
I'm not gonna open that door. That's next month, right? Next month or April? April? When's that meeting? Next month? The state?
Oh,
Yeah, they're gonna start soon, I'm sure.
It's very soon.
Mhm. So,
So we just gotta add the abandoned sign, number 5. You can make it 6.14 instead of prohibited, just abandoned sign and have it be one paragraph right there, is that what?
Yeah, I don't,
Don't complicate it any more than that.
yeah.
Is there anything that mentions fire escapes or other parts of signs?
Informational signs?
No, for like fire escape, like this,
That'd be inside, so.
Yeah, we're not regulating.
the window signs.
Window sign that shines on the exterior outside of a building that you can see from the public. All we're regulating is what the public can see. We're not regulating anything that has to do with,
Inside.
Okay.
one way up the stairs, one way down the stairs, any of it.
No, I meant, okay. I was just, on the prohibited sign, 8.
1, 4,
Yeah.
down at the bottom.
I'm just going through and seeing if any of these prohibited
Oh.
things need to be.
Let's see, signs adversely affecting safety signs. Prevent free act. See,
These are prohibited.
yeah, we
so we're not
we
gonna
right
do
there
that.
couldn't even begin to regulate that
No.
because we can't even talk about ingress and egress
Yeah, I
on a
know.
building.
I
We
know.
have no right to do that.
I don't know why that even made it in the first time around.
That was the problem with our ordinance because it just,
Way too much information.
yeah.
Section 8 on page 113.
6.14, the very
6.14,
last.
Number 8, signs
Yeah.
adversely affected.
Signs you
safety.
can't have, so.
That
Okay.
was, when the attorney went and looked at what we had going for what we said we couldn't, you couldn't do.
Mhm.
They're like, you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't
Okay.
do
Yeah,
that.
I think, again, we don't have to state everything that you can find.
Yeah.
If it's not in there that you can have it, it's not allowed.
Yeah, the fire code might regulate that.
That's their deal, right?
Yeah, anything indoor. Like the whole thing.
Everything the planning commission revolves around is what the public can see. So, once you get past that phase of what the public can see, then that's private property and private business.
All right, where we at?
Non-conforming,
Non-conforming,
you ready for the next section?
615.
You missing a few pages?
15, do I not have it on that
You
one?
don't have it?
Or do I have it on?
Page 114.
Oh, 15, yep. Sorry. Non-conforming signs. So, I don't know, here again, what do we do with that? We're talking about, we already have probably a
already-
bunch of non-conforming signs in this entire township that are old and here and been here forever. B, then we're gonna start telling people what you can't have again, instead of, we already told you what you can have,
Yeah.
so.
We're
Well,
looking
this is
forward, not backwards.
This is to get rid of them if we have a chance.
New sign in there can't because we're saying your
Let's say
sign's
it's too big.
non-conforming, so now you can't put a sign back to replace that sign because it wasn't conforming. I don't know, I just think we gotta leave it alone because
Yeah, we can look-
we have a lot of non-conforming. And
Sure,
we're,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I want to change how some of the stuff in our township looks because of,
we're gonna make a lot of people mad if you tell them, hey, I know you
Yeah,
just
you
took
just
that
take
old
one
sign down, but you can't have a sign like
right,
that
I mean,
anymore.
take an example of, yeah, one of the existing ones and say, hey, it looks, the way it is, the way it is.
And they're gonna take it down before they realize they need a permit to go put a new one up, and then they're gonna be awfully hot about it.
Mhm.
And then they'll come in front of this board, and then we'll probably,
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
yeah.
All right, So
So
take
leave
this
it-
section
leave-
out.
I'm
Delete
trying-
delete
Take it out.
6.15.
Like you said, we gotta look forward and stop looking backwards.
Yep. Permits. Cut and dry. Go to Jason.
6.16,
Yep, go to Jason.
Mhm.
that is cut and dried. That It's a good one. Anybody have any, yeah, good notepad, yeah. Unless we wanna, that just lists out what you have to do as a requirement for it, but, yeah. 6.18 revocation.
I like that, I mean, don't see anything wrong with 618.
No, that just gets you the power to refuse to sign,
Yep.
not approve it if they don't
Get
give
out
you
there
all
and
the,
make people mad.
don't meet all the requirements. I don't see anything wrong with that either.
So leave 6.16, 6.18, just leave them alone?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
not sure what happened to 6.17, but apparently it's not there. We probably already got rid of that one a long time ago.
So this just gives them a little bit of teeth on the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see anything. So gives him what he needs to do.
That's a much simpler version.
Yep.
Everybody good with that version?
It's a lot better, makes a little more sense, and you don't get all confused. Sure, there'll still be some, but
I can get that reworked, re-put back together. I can scan and email it off to our attorney, Mr. Vila, for him to review, and then bring it back for the final time, just to proofread everything, make sure we didn't miss something.
Yep, and then we'll have to do a public hearing anyway on it, so,
Yep.
yeah, that's probably a good plan, to save some time by letting the attorney polish it up.
Okay. Perfect.
Cool.
Thank you for going through all that. I appreciate it.
That was a lot less painful.
Takes care of a few years
Than it
of,
seemed to be for a lot of years.
yeah, it's only taken 10 years or 17 years, or whatever,
Yeah,
to
I
get
know.
a much better
Okay.
thing.
All right, moving on, no other business. Liaison report from Zoning Board of Appeals.
Everybody was happy in their life and no problems.
Awesome, can't beat that.
I think winter was keeping them inside.
I think the only other thing on your report was you guys elected your officers. Hmm?
That was a while ago. Missed the last one.
You guys had a meeting, we didn't.
Remember when last night meeting I had?
Did you have a meeting in January?
What's that?
Did the Zoning Board of
Zoning
Appeals have a
Board.
meeting in January?
No, we got snowed out.
Oh, we did?
Oh, the ZBA, I'm sorry.
ZBA, yeah,
Did I have
ZBA.
one? Shoot.
CBA,
Yeah, you guys elected officers.
I remember doing that, I just don't remember when.
the meeting lasted 7 minutes.
Oh, that's why I don't remember. That's probably why.
Okay.
It was a blip in the radar.
All right, no public for the second public comment. Any discussion?
Yep, discussion.
What?
Well, you got
Discussion.
something.
Yes, Pat?
Just wondering if I could run some, with this road closing that's coming up, well, just some possible changes to our temporary sign ordinance, to try and make things easier on the business people. Well, we passed that, we gave people 2 extra signs on their property to try and deal with the closure of the road, but the thing is that nobody's going by the property, right, because the road's closed.
Right, so you're not gonna see it
Having 2
anyway.
extra signs on your property is not gonna do you that much good, so I was thinking, we could see either on your property or off the premises with, it'd be better if they're in there with permission of the owner, so, someone doesn't come in and say, well, you said I could put it up there, But, yeah, not limited to on premise, and then if they can get, if they get together with a non-affiliated business you know, where they're both on a sign, we can say, well, that won't count towards your two-sign limit. You know, if you get together a bunch of business owners and put up a sign, then you still get two, you know, if you want to. That way, if they want to put a bunch of mutual signs up around the township, you know, more power, you know, whatever you can do to try and keep them going out of business.
Yep.
Right.
And I think we should take out the right-of-way restriction, because these signs are gonna be in the right-of-way, and, I mean, if the road commission or the MDOT has a problem, let them deal with it, you know.
Well, speeds are gonna be a lot slower and everything.
They didn't last year. They let them put the signs right on their road closure barricades, so.
So if we take that out, that way Jason doesn't have to say, no, you can't put it there because of the right-of-way, but, you know, we just take that out and let the road commission and MDOT,
So long as it's not a hazard,
yeah.
yeah.
So I guess that was my thoughts for possible changes, and, you know, we probably have to act, you know, maybe at the next meeting, because this closure's gonna happen here pretty quick.
Yeah.
So what is, if they changed anything about how they're gonna be doing it? I mean, it seemed like it was fluctuating on how everything was gonna happen. You know, anything new
I
on
don't know,
that?
I'm not up to date on the most recent details, I just know that it's gonna happen within a month or two. Maybe these guys know more than I
And I
do.
heard the same thing, Elmer's is not doing it, some other company.
It's J&N. Their equipment's all sitting down the road there still.
That's the same company that did everything else. Hope they make it a little smoother.
Yeah, they're gonna remove pretty much what they put in there.
Piece will beat your teeth out going down that road.
Yeah, I know. So, if you wanna reword it, and we're having a meeting, then I can honestly say,
Want me to whip something up?
what's that?
You want me to whip something up?
Yeah, well, and I mean, whatever you believe is necessary that helps people out, and all the provisions you're talking about, I don't think anybody's got an argument with, so.
Okay, I can make some changes and send it to him, and then he can send it to everybody.
Yeah, and then we'll just, rubber stamp that one
Yeah, we can
through,
adjust
so.
accordingly after things get moving and find out where deficiencies are, you know?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think the MDOT meeting is scheduled for March 23rd, and it'll be held here from 5 to 7, 5 to 6:30? Or 4 to 6.
4 to 6?
It's some weird time where people who don't live right here will probably not make it if they work.
yeah,
there.
they like doing that.
4 to 6.
Is that gonna be set on a billboard like before?
So,
Because you guys started.
Is
If-
they gonna be notifying the township on billboard like they did before, so we know what's going on, or, I mean, obviously I'd like to make it if it's,
Yeah, hopefully.
If
Well,
that-
Jason was right, it's the 23rd, which is your next PC meeting.
so, can we have our PC meeting next door?
oh, nice. Sort of.
Yeah. Right, let's just have our meeting next door. Yep. Yeah, I'm not sure what MDOT plans on doing, trying to smooth out all of the angry comments, or what. They're doing what they're gonna do now, and it's already in the works, so I'm not too sure what they need to tell everybody.
We'll just have somebody bark at, not us.
I think there was some conversation that was being had at the supervisor level to try to get, southbound Lake Road as a approved portion of each road through the location local governments and MDOT, because of the excellent point of care on that route, on Lake Garfield. So that's what it was. That was a.
They're just trying to get some money out of MDOT to help repave some of the road.
That and putting up a temporary light at West Silver Seaport.
That would certainly be something that shouldn't be temporary.
No, for sure.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Because everybody, there should have been one on some of it.
Yeah.
Obviously, that helps our residents who pass through these. Thought that one was, that wasn't the last bill that was coming, but Mr. Watkins is on there.
MDOT needs to do a better job of sign maintenance. I mean, signs got knocked down last year that they just didn't even bother to put back up. And by the time the job was done, there was you know, there wasn't really a lot of signage going on.
You did a horrible job on the whole thing anyway.
They did. It was the sign they didn't maintain any of the
I
signage.
like how they had the detour right down the road here, and it's like, what the hell are they thinking?
So, yeah, I mean, there are a lot of complaints people can have about how it
It
got
could have been a
done.
lot smoother, yeah.
I can, when I send out the parks information to you, I can send out a reminder, as long as that text is done, it's better.
Yeah,
Meetings at 4:00, December, our meetings at 6.
I would definitely try to catch as much as I can. It's gonna be a big change for a bit.
oh, yeah. It's, yeah, whatever they do, it's overdue, so. That road is brutal.
Oh, can we, on those possible changes to this ordinance, I think it's gonna take a public hearing. Can we schedule that public hearing for our next hearing? Try and get things
So,
moving.
well, the public hearing, let's see. It was already approved, and it's already an ordinance that is approved. We're changing some of the wording,
Mhm.
but we're not changing content. Does it really have to have a public hearing associated with it?
Nothing really new. but
Or
just-
can the board, can the main board actually, you know, can we bypass the step here of approval to speed it up?
I can check to see if we can get around the public hearing, but if
Or,
we-
or,
we're
or the
not
main
taking-
board can actually, you know, I mean, here, we are a suggesting body, you know, to the township board of, this is the change that we think you should do.
Really
you know,
not
at
taking
this-
anything away, so.
We're not taking anything away, we're just trying to help people out a little more and to speed up the process.
Yeah,
But
Why
again,
can't,
if we
could
have-
you make that change, present it at that next board meeting, and the board approve it without it going through us? There's a question.
Oh,
Because do we really need to have an opinion on it and
I
go
can look into
through?
that too.
You know, that would help speed up this whole thing by
Sure,
a month.
good idea, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be different if we're messing with people on a different level, but I think it's just-
You guys, I mean, the main board has the power to turn it into a police power ordinance, whatever. You guys can do that without us, so.
Oh, good call. I'll try and get that on the meeting next week.
Yeah. Then you'll have if you get it approved that way, then you can put it in front of a public hearing on the next meeting, and
Yeah.
it can be just a, you know, rubber stamp scenario.
little blip.
All right, I would look into that.
Yeah, cool. I think that's a better way to go.
Very-
All right, anybody else have any other conversation to have here, or somebody like to make a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion to adjourn at 7:35. All those in favor?
All right.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries.